Welcome back to the very last installment of the Intro to Character Design in Affinity Designer. If you are catching just this last one and are interested in learning how to design the face or the body, I will leave links at the top. You should see like a little eye and just click that and it'll show you. In this last part, it's just going through the environment or the background of your character. So this is another one where you really need to think about the emotion that you want to convey with your character, and you can do it in so many different ways. I've seen plenty of character design where it's just the face and there's some little like squiggles or dots or other random little things beside it on a t-shirt, and that works really well for kids wear. A lot of times on Pinterest, if I've designed a character and I like to show it off, I will just do a solid background with some other elements, usually like polka dots or stripes. And then if you want to be even more detailed, especially for like greeting cards or something like that, you really need to think about your background and whether your character is in a tropical environment or traveling somewhere, maybe at a beach or something like that. So it's really trying to figure out what exactly your character is doing. So I'm not going to go over that very first one where it's just the simple character with a few little elements around it. Like I said, that works really well for like t-shirts and kids wear. For my second example, it's just a solid background and I want to lighten that up. And I'm going to try some stripes. I just want subtle little stripes. So hitting Option or Alt, I'm just going to take this, drag it down, and then hit Command J to duplicate at that same width. And I want it a little more subtle, so I'm just going to lower that opacity. And I like the way that looks. I'm actually going to try it on an angle. So I actually think that's really cute. I like the striped background on that diagonal. So that's one really easy way to show off your character, and most of the time I like to use complementing colors, so either pulling something from the character itself and just doing a shade or tint of it, or you could look at the color wheel and pick a color that's completely on the opposite side. You could obviously do a white or gray or beige, something neutral. For the last one, I'm just going to have my character outside. Like I said, if you can picture your character being in like a tropical environment, I've gone over how to make leaves in Affinity Designer. I'll leave a link for that as well. It's kind of fun to fill up this background with different leaves, maybe even pull the character a little closer, especially because tropical stuff is so popular right now. But I'm just going to do a standard like sky and clouds. I'm going to change that background to a blue. And then to make a cloud, I'm just going to use a rectangle tool. Change this to white. Grab the corner tool, grab the bottom two, and then round those edges. And then the top, I'm going to round them even more. And then grab the ellipse tool, and you have a cloud. I'm just going to go ahead and add those together. I didn't put anything in my cat's hand in the last video, but I've decided that I want my character to be outside checking the mail. So I'm going to put a letter in her hands, just using the rectangle tool. I have like a little stamp. You could decorate it more or leave it simple. And instead of actually typing something on there, I'm just going to do some squiggle lines to indicate that there is text. And once again, I am just going to expand that stroke. You can zoom in, hitting Command and the plus sign. And I'm just going to duplicate this, group those together. And I'm going back into the character. And now I want to add in a mailbox. So I'm just going to add kind of like a wooden post. And then the mailbox itself. And you can, of course, round any of the corners that you would like to give it a nice soft look. And then because mailboxes are rounded at the top, and you can't really show that so much on that side angle, I'm just going to put in some highlights to kind of indicate that it is round. And the last thing I want to do is add on a flag onto the mailbox. And there is the character completely done. I have walked through how to do the face, the body, and now the environment that the character lives in. I hope you enjoyed the series, and as always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thanks, guys!